Yo, what is up guys? It's Pedro here, and in today's video I have another Washington football team 2021 NFL mock draft for you guys. We'll be doing 3 full rounds, so make sure you guys stay to the end to see who I end up picking for the Washington football team. So if you guys are new, make sure to subscribe for Washington and NFL content. So let's get right into the video. Okay, so let's start off with our first round pick, and remember it's 3 total rounds and 4 total picks since we do have 2 third round picks. And the next mock draft we'll at least do the first 4 rounds, maybe even more after that. So with the first pick, we obviously are picking at 19, and really not any great quarterbacks available. Trey Lance is off the board. You look at Mac Jones is still available here. I don't know if I really want to take him at 19. I think there are better options, either free agency or, run it back with this team. But I don't absolutely hate Mac Jones. And then on defense, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, one of my favorite prospects in this draft. He's a linebacker. He isn't necessarily just a middle linebacker, but he's a very good linebacker, can come off the edge, and also he's a kind of a hybrid type of player. He can play linebacker and a little bit of safety too. I really like him. He's the best player available right now in this draft. And then, other players that we could go after, Kadarius Toney from Florida, wide receiver. Every single mock draft I've seen has us taking him. So maybe Washington is interested in drafting him. These mock draft experts, they do talk to some teams, so maybe that could be a play here. Rashad Bateman and J.C. Horner, also some other options. But I'm going to go ahead and take Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. He's one of the best. He's probably the second best linebacker in this class, Micah Parsons being ahead of him. If you look at his stats, 2020 had about 55 tackles, played in a little bit less games than he did the year before, 37 solo tackles, 3 pass deflections, a sack and a half, 3 forced fumbles, 1 interception, had a bunch of tackles for loss, and did have a touchdown this year. Didn't obviously get nearly the same amount of sacks that he got the year before, but he wasn't coming off the edge as much as he did in 2019. But he is very, very good in coverage, especially short to intermediate coverage. Very good, solid in the run game. Like I said, also can come off the edge if you do need him to, which is another benefit of his game. And he's, like I said, solid in the run game. And the best thing about him is he's great in coverage, and we need that as a, for our linebacking core, which is one of our weakest positions on the team. Offensively, quarterback and receiver are our biggest needs, but on defense, I would say linebacker is probably our biggest need. And if we can get him here at 19, I think that would be a great pick. And I think you can move Cole Holcomb to middle linebacker, and I don't think you have to put Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah there. And I think he would fit in DC perfectly. He's a versatile player, and that is exactly what Ron Rivera likes. Like I said, can cover, but also a good tackler, very physical. I would encourage you guys to watch some of his highlights because he is absolutely insane. And yeah, I think it would be a home run pick at 19 for Washington. Okay, so now on to Washington's second round pick, and I do think you gotta go offense here. I mean, you could go defense, could go at that linebacker position, but the best players available right now, on their board at least, the first 4 or 5 players are all defensive ends or defensive tackles. We obviously don't need that at the moment. And after that, there's a couple receivers, and there's a couple receivers I really like. Rondell Moore is solid, probably a slot receiver. Same with Amari Rodgers, but you see Elijah Moore down there at 89. This ranking, some of these rankings are a little bit off, but I like this ranking system better than the others, so that's why I'm using this one. But I've seen a lot of mock drafts that have Elijah Moore going in the late first, maybe early second round of the draft, maybe mid-second round, and that's where we are right now. And I would really, really like Elijah Moore. I actually saw one mock draft with him projected to us at 19. I think that's too much of a reach, but he would be a really, really good slot receiver. Let's say if we can't get Curtis Samuel in free agency, then I think Elijah Moore would be really, really good in the slot for us. He's a gadget type player, would be a perfect player to get in like the second round. In 2020, 1,200 yards, 8 touchdowns, was an absolute beast. Year before, 67 catches, 850 yards, and 6 touchdowns. He's about 5'9". He could be a weapon out there. You're getting him in the second round. I think that's really, really good value. A lot of people have him projected late first, mid second, and we're getting him in the mid second, and I think that addresses one of our biggest needs, and we got him at good value. So if we strike out on a slot receiver in free agency, then I think Elijah Moore would be the perfect pick. Okay, so now with our first third round pick, and we could go a bunch of different options right here. Sorry. We could go tight end here. We could go cornerback here. We could go offensive tackle here. There's a lot of different positions we could go after here, maybe even safety, free safety. But I do like Eric Stokes out of Georgia for, to upgrade our cornerback position, because our cornerback position isn't necessarily the strongest. Yes, we do have Kendall Fuller, and we'll see if we bring back Ronald Darby. It is expected, but we'll have to wait and see. But we don't truly have a number one corner yet, and Eric Stokes is a guy that could possibly be that number one corner. So I'm going to go ahead and take him. You look at his stats this past year at Georgia in 2020, had 20 tackles, 4 pass deflections, 4 interceptions. He was a beast this past year, and would be a really, really good option for us in the third round to help us out at that cornerback position. He's about 6'1" pounds, so good size for a cornerback. And yeah, I don't think it's a huge necessity to upgrade at that cornerback position, but it definitely wouldn't hurt. I would say besides linebacker, it's probably our biggest need. You could say free safety as well, but I think we need a number one cornerback, which we don't have yet. Okay, so now with our last pick in the third round, and I do want to be a little bit realistic, so I'm not going to be drafting Pete Warner or Javon Holland. I think they're going to be long gone by here. I think they're probably going to be taken in the second round or around that point, and we're drafting right now in the late third round, so I don't think it's very, very realistic. Brevin Jordan, though, he's a player that could be here on the board. Him or Hunter Long, I think a tight end position upgrade there would be okay. Not necessarily to overtake Logan Thomas, but we need some depth, so whether that be in the third round, fourth, fifth round, we need someone that can come in and be at the very least better than Jeremy Sprinkle. We all know we cannot have that guy back on the team next year, so we need an upgrade at that position. And maybe once Logan Thomas's contract is up, which is after next year, it'll be an easier decision. If he has to go, then maybe Brevin Jordan, whoever we draft at the tight end position, will be ready to go. So that's why I think Brevin Jordan would be a solid pickup here for us. This past year, 576 yards and 7 touchdowns. Did have some injuries, so that's why the numbers are a little bit down, but had a really good year. 15 yards per catch, 6'3", 245 pounds. He's a big guy, and I think this would be a great pick for us here in the end of the third round. So those are my picks for the day. Let's go over them real quick. So Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah at 19, I think that's a great pick. Same with Elijah Moore. I think that's a great pick at 51. Gives us that slot receiver, gives us an elite separator at 51. I think that's a really, really good pick and can help our offense out a ton. At cornerback, the upgrades are secondary. Could have gone Javon Holland there. Either way, I think that's good. And then Brevin Jordan at 82, another solid pickup to upgrade some of these positions of need for Washington. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Give me any suggestions for other mock draft sites, because I know the rankings are weird for every site. And, give me some themes you guys want me to do. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please smash that like button. Subscribe if you guys are new. And turn on those post notifications so you never miss a video. Peace.